Hello everyone and welcome to Stan the Wine Man TV. I'm your host, Stan Rattan, and this is the Blue Collar Wine Program, where I try to help you spend your wine dollars wisely. Episode 100. I made it. I made it to 100. I knew I would. I'm going further, but this is kind of epic. 100 episodes. I started in December of 2013. I got my camcorder. I said, you know what? I'm going to go with this. And as I pointed out early in the show, sorry Barry, I'm going to mention him again. Gary Vaynerchuk retired from Wine Library TV. I love that show. I love Gary. He's a good guy. And I interviewed him and I asked him if he thought somebody could take the reins and do a program similar to what he did. And he said, yeah, he said nobody else is really doing it. He's on to bigger, better things, doing his VaynerMedia stuff. So I said, what the heck? I'll give it a try. And so here I am, 100 episodes later, reviewing wines online, talking about wine, trying to educate people, and really am trying to help people spend their wine dollars wisely. Blue collar doesn't mean cheap. I know some people think that. Blue collar means we earn our money for a living. We weren't silver spoon. We're not trust fund babies. We work hard for our money. We want to spend it. Whether it's $100, $200, $50, $40, $20, we want to make sure it's worth what we're spending. Even if it's $10, you can have a really bad $10 bottle of wine. I just want to take a moment and talk a little bit about the progression of the show. I thought that would be a good way to do episode 100, how things have developed. I really want to thank everyone who watches these videos. I'm trying to improve them as I go. I know when I first started out, I could not get a video under 15-minute video. They were all 20, 30, 40-minute videos. I've learned how to do it. I'm now dialed in. Most of them run about 14 to 15, 16 minutes, except of course for interviews, which take a little bit longer to do. But I really appreciate those who have watched me, who've made some comments, all of my friends who've come into the store, made some comments on the videos about how I can improve this video. And going back, I remember, and if you've watched early videos, somebody said, well, you need to work on the backdrop a little bit, And so I put up this god-awful tablecloth. I watched that. These are unedited, so I didn't pull it off. It's still there. But man, that was crazy. I just, there's no way I was going to do that again. So, I've kind of stuck with this. Might be a little bit busy back there, but I like it. I like the way it looks. I like my little Ari Hobble Paisano guy. My signs, they're all very cool. This is my bar at my house. This is my wine sanctuary. So, that's what I want as my backdrop. I got the tablecloth. First several episodes, I did it on my hard-covered bar. It's actually got a marble cover, and it made a lot of noise. Everybody said you gotta die down on the noise. So I've been pretty good about keeping this tablecloth on there. So I appreciate that, all the help I've gotten. Some people said you should stand up, some people should sit down. I sit down on my bar stool. I like it. I know I wiggle around a lot, but that's the way I am. That's the way I roll. I'm a mover. So I move a lot. So, I've been having fun with this. I love educating people on wine. Just to let you know, I do these on my lunch break most times from work. So I get home, I grab a quick bite to eat, I do the video, and I head back to work. So, at first I wanted to do an episode every day of the Monday through Friday. Then I realized, it was too much pressure. I was putting too much pressure on myself, and I wanted these videos to be quality videos. So, I skip a few days sometimes. Not worried about it. I want to be prepared, ready to go, not pushing myself too hard. Because what I found when I did that, and you probably noticed it in some of the earlier videos, I'd forget what I was going to say. I'd forget pricing or whatever it was. And so, I just, if I'm not ready to go, I just don't shoot one. One of my favorite things to do, I found, is interviewing people. And I want to thank all the vendors who have brought people up to the island, who have, called me ahead of time and said, hey, I'm bringing this person, you want to shoot a video, you want to shoot an interview, and I've really had fun with those. My first one ever was Gordy Rawson from Chatter Creek. It was an awesome interview. And then I drove all the way over to Eastern Washington to interview Peel Powers, a sweetheart of a guy, just a ton of knowledge, and boy did I botch that interview. He didn't. He did a fantastic job. I just learned a lot from that interview. I learned about staging. I was like up here, he was down here. I should have made sure that was more level. We're in a little tiny office. There was a dog in there. Probably shouldn't have had the dog in the video. That dog, I mean, it was a cute dog, but it was all over the place. And, you know, I didn't dictate the interview enough. I didn't guide it enough. It was a long video interview, and I had to break it into 4 pieces. If I ever get a chance to do that again, Bill Powers, I'm coming over there. We're going to do it right. Your information was fantastic. If you guys want to get through that video, I just let him talk, and he was a wealth of knowledge. Really enjoyed doing that. So again, thank you for watching. I've got more subscribers now. My goal for getting to 200 is to increase my viewership, to reach out, to do newsletters to all my email group and let them know that I've shot some of these videos so they can watch them and hopefully subscribe to the videos. So that's kind of the way it's been going, and I'm looking forward to the next 100 episodes and developing things. I know a lot of the people like blind tasting, and I'm going to do more of those. They're harder for me to set up because I don't do all these videos solo. I don't have a lot of help, but when I ever get a chance, I'm going to do them because a lot of people just like to see, you know, like myself, they like the surprise after tasting them and not knowing what they are, and then grading them and seeing what the results were. Yeah, I think that's about it. So, in honor of Washington Wine Month, and I'm only going to review one wine because I did all that talking. I know I got to keep these videos short. That's very important because I know you guys are very busy. You have lots to do instead of watching me for 25-30 minutes. So, we're going to review. Oh, before I do this, I do want to thank all the vendors who have been so generous, all the wine distributors who have been so generous in providing me samples. And it's not just for the videos. They know that if I like this wine, I'll probably place it in my store, Kings Market in Freddie Harbor, which is a good place to be. So there's, of course, a twofold reason for that. But I do appreciate these vendors that provide me with these samples. So this big bad boy that was provided to me by Unique Wine Company, thank you very much, Matthew. 2010 Pepper Bridge Trine. It's a blend from Walla Walla Valley Estate Vineyards. Pepper Bridge is an iconic winery. Excuse me. I poured a glass a little bit early. So, do I get a little slow motion going on there? Okay, there we go. Pepper Bridge Winery. This rolls in, well, on the line, it's $65. But these guys have been around a long time. They're greatly respected. People really look for their fruit. And it is a blend of 70% Cab, 15% Merlot, 5% Malbec, 5% Cab Franc, and 3%, 5%. It has to be 5. 5% Petit Verdot, 5, 10, 15. Yep, that's it. I hope you heard all that. I was adding it up, make sure I could read it right. It is the pits getting older and losing some of your clarity in your eyesight. Before I taste this, I'm very sad, very sad. Robin Williams was found dead. That is a tremendous loss to the world of comedy, to motion pictures. I love Robin Williams. I know a lot of you love him too. Very sad. I guess he suffered a little bit from he suffered from depression, and you know, it's tough. It's tough. It's going to be a huge loss. Robin Williams, rest in peace. All right, let's see what we get on the nose. A lot of blackberries, loads of blackberries. I get a little bit of minerality, which is very, very typical of Pepper Bridge. They do a good job. New World winery with a real old world attitude. I get currants, I get tobacco, a little bit of dusty bark notes, which is intriguing. Get a little violet, touch of red flowers coming through. Let's see what we get on the palate. This baby has beautiful structure. It's got good fruit, but it's so well balanced. It doesn't go, there's nothing even close to fruit bomb. You can tell it's New World. I mean, it's got those blackberries. It's got a little bit of red plum coming through, which I find interesting. Currants, kind of black and red currants. The tobacco and bark notes are big time, especially on the back of the mid palate, going into the finish, which turns into kind of a very kind of almost a mineral-driven blackberry meets currant, meets a little bit of plum notes. I just get a very, very edge. No, take that back. But the bark notes are incredible. The tobacco. A little bit of grip on the back end, but this is pretty smooth. This is a baby, 2010. This baby will age easily 10 more years. It's got that good structure. You can tell it's like a sleeping giant. You know, there's things under there that you know are going to eventually rear their heads. This is a nice bottle of wine. You can drink it now. You need a steak. You need excuse me to vegans, for portobello mushroom, something to back it up. But it's smooth, it's delicious, it's got minerality, it's not at its full potential yet. I'm going A on this wine. Washington Wine Month, baby. Washington does some awesome wines, and I'm celebrating Washington Wine Month. You know, episode 100. Cheers. Thanks for watching. Till next time, here's to keeping the snob out of wine.